Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for the month of March. This is a big month. There's lots of astrological events happening this month, and I imagine you're probably already feeling into this energy. We've got Venus in retrograde already. We've got a lunar eclipse coming up on the 13th, 14th. We've got the equinox coming, the real new year, Mother Earth's new year. I don't know about you, but I'm super excited about that. To me, the spring equinox feels like December 31st. People get so excited for, January 1st, the new year, but me, I get excited for spring. That feels like the real new year to me. And I know in astrology, it is the real new year. So we've also got a partial solar eclipse at the end of the month as well. Now, not an astrologist, but I do watch a lot of astrology videos and I really resonate a lot with astrology. So I know that these energies are going to be affecting all of us as a collective, every single one of us. I'm going to start your reading off today with a message from the Intuitive Life Coaching Oracle. And Spirit, please share with us what is the primary energy for the Gemini collective for the month of March, please. Okay, and you're getting spiritual gifts. What a beautiful, beautiful card. So you are awakening to some of your spiritual gifts here. Remember, for some of us, this is going to be your clair skills. So your clairvoyance, your ability to see spirit, either with your eyes open or with your eyes closed, sometimes in meditations and journey works, or you might even catch a glimpse or a color, or maybe even see people's auras. And then, of course, we also have clairaudience, your ability to hear spirit. A lot of the women that I work with one-to-one, they come to me for readings to help develop their gifts. And they're like, oh, I don't know if I have these gifts. And we get clairaudience. And then it come to find out that they're actually hearing spirit out of their left ear. And I find that the main difference in clairaudience is sometimes we think that we're thinking things. People will say like, oh, I can't meditate. I can't shut off my thoughts. But really, those thoughts are not thoughts at all. They're your intuitive gifts. They're your higher self. They're your spirit guides, your spirit allies, and they're coming through and they're giving you messages. Some people say things like, oh, I get the best messages when I'm in the shower. Well, no, those are not thoughts at all. Those are intuitive messages. Now, I'm reading cards from the Intuitive Life Coaching Oracle. This is by Kelly Smith. I'll make sure to put the link for this deck down below in the description box. And then if you're going to be joining me for the extended reading at the end, we're also going to jump into the Unshakable Inner Peace Oracle. This one is by Shannon Kaiser, as well as The Shaman's Dream by Colette Baron Reed. I'm super excited to jump into that extended reading for those of you who are part of the Sacred Self-Empowered Community membership as well. If you'd like to join us on the extended, the link for that will be down below in the description box as well. But let's just see first what else is coming through for the Gemini Collective for the month of March. This is really exciting that you're going to be in the process of developing and fine-tuning your spiritual gift. You might have a sense or a feeling. You could be in touch with your clair empathy, feeling other people's emotions, or even your clairtangency, your ability to feel spirit on the physical level. I know when my grandfather passed away, I felt his whiskers on my cheek as if he had, given me a little side hug, and that felt so nice. Your spiritual gifts, we all have them. We all have them. Our intuition is just like any other muscle. The more that we use it, the more that we exercise it, the stronger that it gets. That's why people who practice their intuition, people who read cards like this, and people who work with other people, their intuition gets stronger and stronger. But then on the flip side, just like any other muscle, if we don't use it, then we lose it. That's why so many people get so disconnected from their intuition. There's lots of reasons why we can be disconnected from our intuition, but when we stay disconnected with it, then it's really challenging to tap into. So you are not having that experience in the month of March, though, Gemini. You are tapping into these spiritual gifts. So that's a beautiful thing. You're also getting earth shifts. Okay, so maybe these two cards are very closely aligned here. You're feeling everything that the earth feels. And again, I mentioned with spiritual gifts, perhaps you're tapping into clear empathy. Maybe you're feeling things that are not yours at all that are in the collective. There's a lot of fear in the collective right now. There's a lot of scarcity. There's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of lack energy. Are you feeling that? And then, of course, the earth is going through a lot as well. I know I'm here near the west coast of Canada, And there've been a whole bunch of earthquakes happening, like a whole bunch of them in a really short amount of time. The earth is definitely going through something right now. And truth be told, I think we kind of need it. I think we need to have a shift. Things are not going right. So in order to course correct, in order to realign, we've got to have things shift up. And that's metaphorically and realistically as well. So you may be confusing other people's energy with your own. Just be mindful of that. You may want to up your practices. So cleansing, grounding, protecting your energy, that can be really, really helpful. I like to protect my energy through prayer, through putting up an energetic shield or bubble. I like to cleanse my energy with sage, Palo Santo, Florida water. I really love Florida water. I put this in a spray bottle and just spritz it around. I bring it with me. I do not get into my house after I've been out in town before cleansing my energy. Because let me tell you, you guys know when you go into Costco, your energy feels crazy because you're picking up everybody else's energy. And then I ground my energy by going outside, putting my bare feet or hands in the earth, by connecting with my plants. You guys can sometimes see it. Got lots of plants in here. And with animals as well, animals are a great way to ground our energy. So that is definitely going to be something for you to consider in the month of March, is how can you cleanse, ground, and protect your energy more, Gemini? What else is coming up for the Gemini collective for the month of March, please? Hey, I'm also getting karma. This has come up for a couple of the signs already. So there could be something a little challenging here. There could be someone a little bit challenging here in the month of March. And the karma card just wants to remind you that you don't have to do anything to make this just. Okay. Justice is not your job. It's not your responsibility to make sure that justice is served. Karma will play out. So if somebody is wronging you, then karma will come back and get them. You don't have to do anything to make that happen. It is just going to happen. Okay. It says you might be involved in a situation that requires justice or fairness. So where this is showing up for you in your life, and again, Venus is in retrograde, so this could be with relationships, right? This could be romantic relationships. It could be relationships with your family members, with your friends, with your neighborhood, with your community. And for those of you who are in business, this could even be business partnerships. This could be clients, things like that. So wherever you feel like someone is wronging you, where you feel like someone has done something to you that is just not fair, trust that that is going to get back to them through karma. And remember, we all make these karmic contracts. We have these karmic relationships with others. Maybe in a past life, the person who is wronging you right now, maybe you wronged them and you guys signed the contract that this time around they would wrong you to even things out. You agreed to play that role for them because, hey, they need to learn that lesson. They needed to have that nasty karma come back to them. I mean, as the saying goes, karma's only a bitch if you are, right? So don't worry about being the person who has to make this just or fair. Know that karma is going to work itself out, and your only responsibility is to show up as your best. Just show up as your best, because when we are in conflict with others and they are testing us and triggering us and pushing us, and then we show up as this wounded, triggered version of us who's reactive rather than responsive, then what happens? Then we have to live with the guilt and the shame for how we showed up. And that's never a nice feeling, to feel guilty for the way that we showed up. So the karma card, I feel, is really telling you, Gemini, when you are experiencing these conflicts in your life, to show up as your best. Ask yourself, how would my higher self react in this situation? How would my higher self react? And if you are feeling triggered, then there's definitely something for you to learn from that as well. But more importantly than that, just know that it's not your responsibility to make this just. And look at that. I'm getting past life connections for you. So definitely this person that's creating conflict in your life right now, this is someone you've had a past life with, okay? You're actually healing past life wounds right now, I feel. So again, you want to show up as your best. When we're showing up from our wound energy, we're reactive, we shriek, we yell, we show up in ways that make us feel guilty or feel ashamed for the way that we've showed up. No. Your higher self is saying, hey, we're gonna heal that. We're gonna heal that wound so that we don't have to show up like that. So we don't have to be ashamed of ourselves, so that we don't have to feel guilty for the way that we showed up, so that we're proud that, hey, did you see how I showed up? Like, I was so triggered, but I didn't even let them bother me in the least bit. I just let it roll right off the back. And like, once upon a time, I would have flipped out. Once upon a time, I would have stood up and I would have screamed and I would have blah, 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 blah. No. I resonate with that because once upon a time, I would have. Once upon a time, I would have. But no, you're being called to really, really embody this version of you who is healed from these past life wounds, this version of you who is showing up as their best, this version of you who just doesn't get triggered. Or, you know what? Let's be real. We all get triggered. Okay. The version of you who doesn't react when they're triggered. That's more like it. What else can we share with the Gemini collective before we move into the extended reading? And if you're resonating with this, let me know. Who is this person that is causing conflict in your life right now? Can you take the focus off of them for a second and see how you might be guided here to heal from your past life connections, from your past life wounds? And what are these spiritual gifts too? What are these spiritual gifts that are opening up for you? Because your intuition is going to be guiding you through this. If you're healing past life connections, perhaps you are tapping into spiritual gifts that you had in past lives as well. Maybe you had a past life as a healer or a shaman or a witch or a wizard or a priest or anything else. Let me know in the comments how that's resonating with you. And let's see what else we've got for the month of March. Okay, core values. This one keeps showing up, you guys. Okay, so again, you want to show up as your best. You want to show up in alignment with your highest self. I want that focus. There we go. You want to show up as your best, Gemini. Okay. So what does that look like for you? It's going to be different for all of us. What are your core values? What are the things that you absolutely stand for? And what are the things that you're absolutely against? You know, like honesty, authenticity, integrity. Those are the things that, like, for me, I want to make sure that I'm always honest, that I have integrity, that I'm going to do what I say I'm going to do, that I'm authentic, that I'm not trying to be somebody else that I'm not, that, you know, and that was a hard one for me. That was a hard one for me as a Virgo sun and a Virgo rising. Authenticity is everything to me. But for a long time, I got away from my true self. I got really far away from my true self. I had silver hair and great big boobs and I had the lashes. I mean, I still like to glue on my lashes, but I don't get the lash extensions anymore. I had the nails, and not that there's anything wrong with those things, but they really took me away from my true self, my natural essence. This card is asking for you to really look at what are your core values, okay? Really evaluate or reevaluate what is it that you are 100% for and what is it that you are 100% against, and how are you showing up in your day-to-day? Are you showing up in alignment with your core values, or is there a misalignment? Is there an opportunity for you to look at, okay, well, you know, I've been procrastinating, I've been avoiding doing this. I haven't got back to those messages. I ignoring my mom or my sister and I need to get back to them, whatever it is. How are you showing up today versus what is really important to you? Follow your heart, okay? Follow your heart. Our core values can always be found in the heart. Let me know in the comments if this is resonating with you. And if you're new here, I hope you'll consider subscribing to the channel. I come back here once a month to do these oracle readings. I also have meditations on my channel, and I've got some coaching programs available as well. And I'm going to continue on to the extended reading. So I hope to see you over there, and we'll dive a little bit deeper into the month of March for you, Gemini.